Good afternoon and welcome back. I hope everybody survived the overeating of Christmas and celebrating, and I hope you all had a good time. I just had a Christmas. That's it. It was Christmas, and that's about it I can say about it. But at least I'm here. And as you know, I have asked to let me know if it's worthwhile for me to continue the show, if anybody is really interested. And, well, we got a few responses.
Did get a few.
No. Well, we got a few, and the thing about the few we got is they were very strong about not wanting me to stop. And one was from Germany, and I appreciate that. And I hope he's right. He's using...
Germany is one of the few. Germany, I think it's the only country where some of our YouTube videos are not allowed because, get this, because there's more than 15 seconds of Tomita's Mars, the Bringer of War. I thought that was amazing. Something about the copyright laws. Germany is the most strict, and they won't allow the video to be shown there. If now, recently, what we've uploaded now, we basically trim off all but just a few seconds of the music, so everything can go all over. But I don't know.
It's kind of ridiculous.
It is kind of ridiculous. It's public domain music. You're using it as theme music, or and we have to be extra careful with bumper music.
Yeah, but
too.
if it's classical music, I don't see how they can, because classical music expires the copyright after it's already 79 years after the death of the author. But with classical music, it's way past the 79 years. So I don't know why they do that.
Yeah,
okay?
I mean it is from a particular recording. It's Isao Tomita, who is still alive, but he does a lot of classical stuff electronically. And
yeah, but that doesn't
composer,
make him
Gustav Holst. I don't know how long ago actually he died.
Yeah, well, more than 79 years. But I don't know. I guess they extended to the arrangement, which is really not fair. But anyway, But anyway, one of the things that he said was that the truth always wins. And I sincerely, I know it's an old saying, it's in Latin, but I sincerely hope that's the case, because otherwise things are pretty bad, and people are suffering for nothing. And every day there is something that is being discussed, and of course it's still going on. And it's just so... There weren't that many, they emailed, but there were just a few, but it sure was strong. And so what we're going to do is we're going to try to keep it up, do my best. We're always tired because we have to earn a living, so we're always tired. And
well, it's good to have a few listeners even,
Yeah, but that means that they can talk to other people, they can, what we say, they can be... some ripple effect, because I'm hoping that when I discuss certain drugs, people are on those drugs realize, oops, I should not be doing this. And that's really the point here. Besides trying to get people to fight back and oppose what they are being subjected to, it's just awful. And a change needs to be coming in. And I am hoping that I can do it. But I need help of the public, let's hope so. Anyway.
Hey, you know what? We're 4 minutes in, and I completely forgot.
Oh, you haven't done the station identification yet.
We got to observe protocol here. That's right. You're listening to The Medical Conspiracy on OrionTalkRadio.com and Micro1650.com out of Tonawanda, New York. You might be listening on Spreaker.com or TalkStreamLive.com. TalkSuperstation.com, Shoutcast.com. You might be listening on the TuneIn app on your smartphone.
That's about it,
That's about where we are.
Yeah. Well, I hope a lot more people are listening than the ones who answered it, but I'm glad that somebody did. And I hope everybody all the good guys had a good Christmas, okay? This is not a blanket wish. This is restricted to the good guys, okay? Everybody wearing a white hat. Good people out there, and they are plenty. Unfortunately, they are outnumbered by the bad ones, and those are excluded from this wish, but I hope they all had a really good Christmas, enjoy their family, enjoy the celebration, and just had good things to smile about. I hope so. As I said, I really could not be with my family other than on Skype, which is helping tremendously given the circumstances. It was great seeing my youngest granddaughter running like a mad person in the background. And the others, coming in behind my daughter. So it was good to see. You were hiding in the computer somewhere else, right?
Well, and I guess they figured we, if nothing else, we talk every week,
right.
on radio, and then a little prep time. What are we going to talk about today, kind of thing. So, they didn't. They haven't talked as much.
Yeah, right. So, and I know Wendy was really tired after all that wrapping of presents to help Santa Claus, and then the kids pounced on those presents, and they were.
Oh yeah.
In no time.
I spent a few hours straightening up the living room.
Sure.
Because my dad was coming, and I didn't want it to look like a total trash heap when he got there.
I thought he met you there at the Hard Rock.
Oh yeah, he did, but he came back to the house for a little while, and. But after the kids fell on the presents, it's back just exactly the same as it was. It's just a solid mess all over the floor.
Oh, because you're playing with the presents?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, the kids. Right. So your father decided to spend his winning at the lottery to spend it at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Well, I would have liked to have had him here, but it's just there's just no space,
Well, besides, he likes the Hard Rock, right?
Oh yeah.
It's the environments he likes. Yeah. All the families have the same problems, Not necessarily the problems of this particular situation of me being on Mars, but other than that, every other problem is all the same for everybody. But still, I hope everybody had a really good Christmas. I just forgot about family problems for a while and just enjoy being together and not worrying about minor issues. The important things is being together and doing things as a family and
watching Duck Dynasty.
Oh. Can you believe the nonsense they are going on and on about? Okay.
Well,
and
apparently this was a diversion to keep our attention away from the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act.
What about it?
Well, it was debated. It was further debated during this time when everybody was focused on, Phil Robertson's gay comment.
Yeah. And he's not entitled in his opinion.
Yeah, but the thing that gets me is why does everybody care what he thinks? Why don't they find what's her name, Snooki Polizzi, and ask her, what her opinion is about this? It amounts to the same thing, some nobody from a reality show's opinion.
But it's an opinion anyway, and
sure,
it's the person
you're
is entitled
to your opinion. But
why jump on a person because I don't like your opinion? What? Just don't listen then. What do you mean you don't like the person's opinion? It's an opinion. And they're all entitled to. That's ridiculous. Maybe you're right. It was to distract the attention from something else. But What was it? Just a financial assignment? Is that it?
A financial assignment. What do you mean?
Yeah, allocation of money to the defense. Is that what it is?
Well, it has a lot to do with you've heard the expression just worn out on alternative radio here lately. Indefinite detention.
Oh, that one.
Warrantless indefinite detention, and basically they can do anything to you they want to with no due process.
They always have done that because, yes, the Constitution existed, but you have to observe it. And if it's not being observed, then they can do what they want, which is true. We all know that, right?
Yeah.
The law and the Constitution is there, but they're not observing it, including the judges. And when I reported and complained about, the answer I got was, oh, he was just doing his job. Oh, sure. The job of a judge is to ignore the Constitution and do whatever he pleases. Yeah, see? So it doesn't mean anything. They've always done whatever they wanted, just people didn't know about it. But I don't believe it's anything new. Anyway, but getting back into the health, okay? This article really got me to show the stupidity that is going on. The title of this article is on drugs.com is Health Tip. Enjoy a healthy holiday gathering. Okay. Enjoy a holiday gathering. Yeah, that's a good wish. Healthy holiday gathering. What is healthy as far as holiday gathering is concerned? And that has to be a matter of opinion anyway. So that cannot be an absolute. But what really is ridiculous here is what they define as a healthy gathering. Okay? Okay. When spending time at holiday get-togethers, make sure your visits are healthy to the entire family. Okay, what is a healthy visit? Do you know?
No, not really.
Just ridiculous, but they proceed to explain to you what a healthy visit is, okay? And it's coming right from the Center of Disease Control and Prevention. And these, yeah, they're not leaving you alone even during the holidays, okay? They really have to bug you. And their suggestions are, serve to people healthy meals and snacks. Okay. What is a healthy meal and snack, especially when you're talking about holidays? The basic idea of a holiday is eating things you don't ordinarily eat and enjoy them, being left alone to enjoy them. Okay? No, you have to have healthy meals and snacks. And what is it?
Quaker rice cake and a glass of wheatgrass juice.
Oh, yeah, and oatmeal something. I mean, come on, this is the holidays. Stay away from, don't mess with my holidays. That's what I would say. Oh, and make sure food is cooked properly to reduce the risk of foodborne illness. Okay, make sure the food is cooked properly. I mean, people eat food that requires a lot of hours of cooking.
But
so
I like my turkey bloody.
Oh, yeah, right. Ugh. Well, better yet to do the tofu turkey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that would be healthy. Ooh. Okay, and listen to this. You know what happened? I grew up in Italy, and of course, the tradition is you end up eating a lot more than usual because you have all these things that you love and you think about it all year round, and then they come around during the holiday. So you end up overeating, okay? But it's good food. It's made from scratch. It's just, that's what I define healthy food. Nothing fake, no tofu, nothing. So, but what happens? after you eat that way, you are so tired, you're sitting there going, oh. Okay, that's part of the celebration.
And then
Well,
then you argue about religion and politics for the rest of the night.
Not in my family, we didn't. We didn't. Well, because we had an argument, basically a rule that you do not have friends that don't agree with you in politics, okay? Those are not friends. So, and relatives, I grew up, fighting during the holidays were not allowed. Now, my first husband's family was a nightmare. They had to get together. They disliked each other, but they had to get together for the holidays, and they were always fighting. What's the point of that? That ruins everything. But that's what they were doing. But let's get back to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention suggestion. It says, engage in activity that include exercise, such as dancing. Okay, I'll go along with that. Although immediately after eating, I don't know that anybody can do it. And then hiking or walking. What? We are talking about family get-together of people that haven't seen each other sometimes for a long time, and they get together for the holidays. They just want to talk nonsense and just laugh of silly things and just spend time together. Oh, no, you have to go hiking or walking. Hiking at Christmas time, get real. And walking, it's not going to happen. And it's a stupid suggestion. Dancing maybe, but even that, it's kind of difficult. You're worried about your presents, all the wrapping paper all over the place. Where the heck are you going to dance? I mean, this whole thing is so stupid. No connection with reality. They have to ruin Christmas too. And get this is the worst in my opinion. It says, when catching up with family members, okay, you catch up with them with what they're doing, what is your life and everything. Ask about their health history. Yeah, that's really something to talk about around Christmas time. Talking about health. Get real. Wake up and smell the poinsettias. I mean, come on. Take precaution for safe travel. Well, I agree with that, but on the other hand, safe travel is always dependent on, in majority of the cases, dependent on other parties, people you don't know that are on the road and you have no idea what they're doing. So you're always taking a risk. It's just a too generic of a statement to really be effective.
So we're supposed to talk about our health history, huh?
You talk about your health history and travel at 30 miles an hour, I guess.
Hey, before dessert, I want to tell you about this procedure I had done.
Well, I guess because that way you find out if something is in your family, which is another nonsense. But get this, okay? Then the closing bang is remain environmentally conscious throughout the holiday season. What? Environmentally conscious during the holidays? What? What does that mean? This is ridiculous. What? Separate the trash? Environmentally conscious? I don't know. I mean, isolate the recyclable? I don't know. But just people leave them alone. Let them enjoy their holidays. It is just nonsense. But the history, health history, during a get-together when you're enjoying meals and somebody oh, please. Yeah, and if there is the one that has gone through cancer, they really want to discuss what they went through, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man. It just, that's the most moronic, and that is supposed to be advised. That's the most moronic.
Be sure and use words like survivor and fighter when you're talking about cancer.
Yeah, they didn't say that, but in this thing, they didn't discuss the subject, and I'm surprised about it. Yeah, and, if you have relatives on chemo, be careful because they won't be able to hold down the food. I mean, come on, guys. This is ridiculous. This is the holidays. People have the one time of the year that they have to try to be happy, enjoy themselves, have a good time without just forgetting about the everyday concern. And you want to make sure that they never forget, because you have to realize that the medical environment, the medical establishment makes money as long as you're miserable. If you're happy, they don't make money. If you feel good, then you're happy. And, placebo is a big thing. If you're feeling good, then you're happy, you're more than likely resolving a lot of your health problem, and that's not what they want. So that's part of the propaganda. See, can't be too happy. My middle granddaughter has a problem of being the middle child. And so yesterday I said, you know what? She had good presents. She was really happy with what she got. And she was really smiling and happy. I said, you know what? I heard the rumor about you. And she said, what? I heard the rumor that you were happy.
Hey, we got 30 seconds.
Okay. Well, I had to get something to get away from the main serious issue and get something funny going on. And we are, after all, still on holiday spirit. And as far as European tradition, I can tell you that the biggest holiday is yet to come, because it's New Year. The biggest holiday in Europe is the New Year. The Christmas is for little kids.
Right.
New Year's is for adults. Okay? And it does not involve celebrating at church. Okay? It does not involve that.
Free speech guaranteed. You're listening to the Orion Talk Radio Network.
At Orion Talk Radio, we're constantly working hard on your behalf. But the fight for freedom could not be fought without you. So we want to hear what you have to say at 888-272-4434.
Wow, I have never heard talk radio like this before.
Y'all got a really good thing going, and we really appreciate it here. We're from Alabama, and thank y'all so very, very much. Thank you.
Hi, guys. Good job and all. My name's Wayne from Alberta, Canada. Good work, guys.
I agree with your defense of the First Amendment, religion, speech, press, the right to assemble.
Hey, I think Orion Radio is spectacular and awesome.
Hey, I just wanted to call and tell you I'm a great supporter of your radio broadcast. Anyway, good to hear some refreshing information. Very intelligent speech. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
At Orion Talk Radio, we're waiting for your call. 888-272-4434.
Okay, we're back from the commercial break. And, of course, we have diverted from the main issues here a little bit because of the holiday thing. And, by the way, if anybody is on a snow blizzard, that's part of the, the picture of the holidays, a picture of Christmas. Not necessarily New Year, although the prediction says that it's going to be pretty bad, pretty cold. But I'm on Mars. I'm having a very unusual thing, and it is a intermittent snow blizzard. And what is an intermittent snow blizzard? Is a blizzard that wipes out the view on and off. So sometimes you see the hill across the street, and sometimes you don't.
Wow.
Yeah, it depends how the wind is blowing and how much snow is coming down. And that's what has been going on today. But, that's just part of it. Fortunately, you have plenty of food in the house. You don't have to go anywhere. You have plenty of food, plenty of supply because of the holidays. So, and leftover. Of course, you don't have any of that because you ate at the buffet, but, right?
Well... Yeah, it was a little bit of a trade-off. Dad was talking about, look at this menu, look at all the stuff they're going to have, and think of all the time and dirty dishes and everything else that you'd save by. Oh, okay, and really because, well, you see, also Wendy only got one day off.
Yeah, I know.
I was able, just because of where my normal days of the week fall, I was able to get 3 days in a row for Christmas, but she wasn't. She was only able to get that one day, Christmas Day. So
I know. So she had to do all that wrapping to do, you know.
right, it was really hard, and so that was a plus.
Yeah, but the food is never the same as what you can have at home. See?
Yeah. I still ate myself into a coma, though.
Really?
Yeah.
I know that she has some problem with the food too, but yeah. But anyway, yeah, there is the advantage of not having to do a big cleaning, but on the other hand, you don't have any good leftover. See?
Right. And in the same way, I would have much rather, had a meal at home and be able to just, kick back on the couch afterwards and just relax for a while.
That super comfortable couch of yours. I mean, that's really comfortable. So, yeah, I don't know. They don't make them like that anymore, I think. But anyway, so what can you do? I personally never like to go eat for the holidays. It's a family time and it's a big home meal. I mean, a buffet has a lot of choices, but
right. That's kind of the way I feel too. It kind of broke a tradition.
This was a bad year anyway, so.
True. Well, anything that ends in 13. Oh well. Anyway, sorry.
I know. I mean, that's what I was suspicious about. The only good thing about this is that it's going to be over in a few days. I don't see. In Italy, they have this thing about they have an old man representing the old year that is dying and going out, and they have a baby representing the new year. That's what they do in Europe and
yeah,
Italy.
and well, here too. I remember growing
Not
up with
as
it.
much. Yeah, but they don't do as much anymore, And the old man has all this big, heavy bag on his back,
And this big hourglass with just a little bit of sand in the top. Yeah.
Right. But, and this has been a really bad year. Bad. For us anyway. And so none of us is sad to see it go. And I hope it means that 14 will be a better year.
Well, and there also, of course, we're borrowing into all kinds of different conspiracies that may or may not be discussed in, on this network. But there are a lot of people saying that within this week, coming up to the first week of January, that we're going to be passing through, the remains of a comet tail.
Oh, the bad luck of another comet? Oh, geez.
I mean, and you don't know what to believe because the real conspiracy videos are saying that NASA is lying. They know what's coming. Then you've got mainstream articles talking about the Ionid meteor shower or Icinid meteor shower, which is basically what there's supposedly a lot of meteor activity already picking up. That they're saying that it's related to the comet.
Yeah,
but
it's just a bunch of malarkey to get people scared, okay? And maybe some people feel good about this bad year being over, so they want to make sure that you're not too happy.
Well, I just hope we don't get pelted. I hope we don't get pelted. That would be a shame. If it happens, there's really nothing that we can do, though, I'm afraid.
It's not going to happen. I mean, just come on. We got enough problems as it is. But anyway, so let's go back to what's happening. And, of course, what is happening in the health environment is still FDA back to their own old trick. Nothing has changed, and nothing is going to change unless we put our foot down and really do serious opposition to this fraud and that administration. Okay.
But you're sure that's not why you went to Mars? To avoid Earth passing through the tail of that comet and all that?
No.
Okay.
To avoid FDA passing through any more in my life, yeah. Okay. Well, what did FDA do December 23rd, just before Christmas? Is advising consumer to immediately stop using a product that is called mass destruction. Yeah, that's an interesting name. marketed. Yeah. Mass destruction is marketed as a dietary supplement for muscle growth. What would they call a mass destruction? All right. Destruction of scrawny people? I don't know. You know, muscle.
But most muscle drugs, they are there to build mass, not destroy it. You know.
Right. So I don't know what they're going to destroy, but
Gonna take your creatine. Gotta build your body mass.
Right. And this product...
Fight those globalists. Those globalist scumbags. Just trying to do the right thing. That's all.
Yeah, right. Oh, but the product is labeled to contain at least one synthetic anabolic steroid and has been linked to the death of at least one reporter. No, not the death, just a serious illness, one case. One case? One case? What does that mean? One case could be anything, and what's connected to it, and linked by whom? Okay, see, that's the same old story. But one case, and they say it's linked to it. It's linked how? You give us the path for the linkage? We'll say, well, that consumer have to immediately stop using. Okay? Same old story. And it's always, when it's a small company, dietary supplements, it's always when it's that FDA pounds of them without mercy to just put an end to their business. And I have given you so many examples of this, and they keep coming in all the time. It's a small company, dietary supplement, put an end to it immediately stop, return the product to the company and get a refund because this is, I guess they're not saying that, but that's the famous phrase they use, of fraud, okay? All right. On the other hand, there is this set of cholesterol drugs are being recalled over fear of contaminated packaging. Okay? They say they are feared that the packaging has contaminated the product. But they're starting, by the way, and they say more than 5 million bottles of product are being recalled, and they're starting drugs, okay? Because that's what they use for cholesterol. Okay. And these are made by no other than the big giant Novartis, okay? Yeah, Novartis has always been the biggest obstacle to Lesmed Inc. because they made the benzoporphyrin, and then the benzoporphyrin in conjunction with Quadrologic, and they were marketing for their version of the initial version of photodynamic therapy, and they didn't want the competition of tiny, puny Lesmed Inc. But anyway, so Novartis has confirmed that has issued a voluntary recall, okay? And that happened last summer, but FDA is presenting it now, not when it started. But get this, the thing that got me is this. It gives you the name of the different drugs, statin drugs that are being recalled. But get this, all of the drugs were given to physicians as free samples. Okay. And then, you know, the problem with the packaging of this, and they think that the contaminated ink of the using the packaging is filtered through a bunch of malarkey story. But anyway, whatever, who knows where the truth lies. But what gets me is free sample given to doctors. As far as I know, that practice was made illegal, and it was supposed to be put to an end. Instead, as late as last summer, they were still sending out free samples. And you know what that means, don't you? even though people don't realize what is really happening with the free samples. But what's happening with the free samples is that's how they do their testing of a drug, and then they submit it to FDA. They give the doctors the free sample. The doctor gives it to patient, and they wait and see what the results are, and then they report it to FDA, and they write reports and send it in to FDA for approval. And that is supposed to be illegal, okay? And I think it's pretty easy to trace, but giving a free sample is also illegal. So how could that be going on and FDA being aware of what has happened because they say, okay, those are all recalled? Did they close down Novartis? Did they stop operation on Novartis? Did they say all the users should immediately stop to use any Novartis product and should return it and ask for a refund? Well, it's a free sample. I mean, to the doctor. It doesn't mean that the doctor didn't charge the patient for it. I don't know. It doesn't say here. But they're not going to declare it anyway. But no, they say, okay, the company is recalling them. It's recalling them. People have been using it. What happened to them? No, it just, and they don't think it's a real problem, but it's just done as a protection. The recall was reported December, the day before this article, so December 19th. It happened in August, and they're reporting it now. When they say there's some of the free samples, but they don't know how many, may actually have made their way into the patient hands. But that information is not being tracked, so they're not sure how many patients use it, if they use it. Of course they used it. They were free samples to the doctor, so they gave them out. But any really major problem to Novartis, no, they just recall it and then that's it. I mean, they were free sample anyway. And that depends, is it true? See, the whole thing is a farce. It's a double policy, whether it is a small supplement company, then they get hard on those. They hit them hard. Or is a major drug company like Novartis, then, all the breaks are given to them. Oh, but those were just free samples. Gee, that's illegal now. And they don't even know that patient used it. Oh, sure, they give it to the doctor, and the doctor didn't give him out to the patient. And I know they do that, so that's another form of doing the testing. So it's just unbelievable. But the rules are different from big companies than they are for small supplement and for compounding pharmacy, as you know. They're attacked with no mercy. And this is another one, okay? This is another one. Dated December 23rd, just be in time for Christmas. And the article says that one lot of HPV vaccine was recalled. The infamous Gardasil was recalled. And, as Merck that makes those. One lot was recalled because there was a problem in the manufacturing process, and apparently one vial broke and pieces of glass contaminated the lot. Pieces of glass contaminated the lot. And they didn't stop it during production. They actually finished the production of that lot and they sent them out till the pieces of glass were discovered. But they don't, what about the ones that were used? They don't say, stop immediately, get a refund, go to the company, shut down the manufacturing until the problem is resolved. No. Oh, that's not that big of a problem. It's not going to create anything except maybe irritation in the injection site. What? You're injecting people with a liquid that contains pieces of glass in it and it's not that big of a deal? That's because it is Merck, okay? Because I'm telling you, if you were a compounding pharmacy or one of those natural supplement company, they would have crucified them. But it is Merck, so no, that's not big of a deal. What the company is recalling the lot anyway. Now, is recalling it? Probably after it was discovered what happened. And it's not that big of a deal, just irritation on side. I tell you, it's a lot more than that. When you have pieces of, even small pieces of glass injected in your body. Come on, get real. And instead, what is FDA doing? Protecting the culprit and attacking the ones that are really doing nothing. They don't have any real evidence that they are producing any damage to people. It's just disgusting. It's a double standard in how to handle the problem. And anything that is from a large company, although that's not that big of a deal, that's not that big of a problem, don't worry about it. And it was, the other one was, that was a sample anyway of statin drugs. Yeah, well, what about the fact that they're not permitted to do that? Give samples to doctor anymore. They're not permitted to give samples to doctor anymore. That's well-known fact. And Gardasil has contamination of pieces of glass, so that's not that big of a problem. We are recalling the lot anyway. What about the ones that were used? Oh, well. That's the situation. If you think that this is acceptable, this is an acceptable way to do business, to handle healthcare business. Because healthcare isn't really, shouldn't be anyway, a business. It is an assistance to the public. So it has to follow certain safety rules because it's supposed to help, not create problems. First, do no damage, remember? Oh, but that's an outdated idea. See? Now, first do no damage is an outdated idea. Now people know that they're taking risk when they take a medication, and they just have to listen to the doctor whether to how to balance the risk and if the risk is worthwhile. See? So just how you look at things. It's just absolutely ridiculous, okay? And completely, totally unacceptable. But it keeps happening. And the people that are really trying to help, of course, they are being jumped on. It's dangerous. It's not worth the risk to go and get a treatment that involves saline solution and color and then light. Well, that's too risky. You don't want to do that. It's a serious risk. Why is it serious risk? Because we say so, right? Because FDA says so. It's a serious risk, so we must lie and cheat to put an end to this business. And that's what they did. Put an end to help. Something that has been helping people. No, people must suffer because cancer is and must be labeled as a chronic illness. Why? How was a drug company make billions? And billions and billions over billions by making cancer a chronic disease. That's the goal, and that would be the success of the medical establishment. And I have plenty to discuss about that in recent event about the subject of proving that cancer is a chronic disease. It is not, but before we get into that, more of cancer, I have something to briefly discuss. And this is connected with cancer anyway, but is the subject of today's discussions. It's about the fracking and the chemical used in fracking.
You know, we're about at 30 seconds.
Yeah, so I cannot really introduce anything new. We can do it during the second hour. But the fracking is back on the news. Once scientists have labeled fracking not dangerous and not causing earthquake. The fact that it actually is doing that, that doesn't matter because the scientists paid by the industry are saying, no, it's not.
Great.
So they say so it's not a problem.